Hi, I'm going to show you how to use matplotlib on the Alvis HPC cluster. That's by C3SE or Chalmers. For the course, using Python in an HPC environment, and I'll be focusing on the HPC part. So instead of going very deep in how to use matplotlib, I'm going to show you how to get matplotlib running on an HPC cluster. So in this session, we're going to understand why it's important. We're going to run some code with matplotlib and we create a plot with it. And we're not going to do something fancy with it. What is matplotlib? Well, maybe as the name suggests, it allows you to, it's a mathematically plotting library. It allows you to create figures. So with this code, you get this simple figure. Of course, you can do way more advanced stuff than that, but this is like a minimal plot. Matplotlib is important because it's one of the most popular Python plotting libraries. It can be used to create publication-ready figures, and it has all the types you need. I'll just show you the plot types it has, that you have an idea if it probably covers your need, and probably it does. So these are like the regular 2D plots. Here, distribution plots, gridded data, regularly gridded data, and here is 3D data. So your typical plot will be in there. With that out of the way, let's go through the exercises. So the exercise 1 is minimal code, exercise 2 is a minimal plot, and then the rest I'm not going to discuss. So exercise 1, minimal code. Go to the documentation of the HPC cluster you work on. So for that I'm going to put this documentation at the left, this course material. I'm going to start a new Internet Explorer, a regular one. There. Control N there. We're going to search for Alvis HPC cluster C3SE. Yeah, there we have it, the user documentation. And we're going to search for the word in the documentation, find the software module to load. Matplotlib, let's search for it. Matplotlib. There it has its own page. That is super nice. How we're going to load it? So that's not documented here. So let's search again. Matplotlib. Using matplotlib in a Jupyter notebook. Let's take a look there. No, it's not there. Maybe if I scroll up a bit. No. Let's try the next one. Matplotlib. Oh, that's only once. Maybe in a Python script. Let's take a look. There. Let's search for the word module load. No, no, no. Hey, here we see it. It does use a virtual environment, so this is not one. We're not going to use that one. No, 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 no. Maybe it is someplace else. Accessing virtual device demonstration. Maybe no, that's Jupyter. Software building containers, finding compatible QP. GPU resources. No. I have concluded that it's not easily documented in this documentation. Due to that, we're going to use my answers. So where is it, that documentation? It's not there. Next step, in a terminal, load the software module to use matplotlib. So we're going to copy my answer. This is my answer. I'm going to copy it, Ctrl-Shift-V to paste in a terminal, and now we have loaded matplotlib. The next step will be to create a file with the following code. Sure, I'm going to already copy the file name. I wait until my module is loaded and then I create that file. So that file, which is a Python script, contains this text in which it imports matplotlib and prints the version. So it shows that it works, and that is the purpose of this whole script, to show that it indeed is loaded correctly and we can do at least something with it. We do need to wait until this loading is done. There are many reasons why it may take a bit longer than usual. We are on the login node Alvis1. If someone else is doing a complex calculation, then it will take a bit longer for us because it slows everyone down. So yeah, now it's done. We're going to create a script file like this, nano, and the name of the file. Nano is a very simple editor. This will create that file, and I'm going to copy paste this text there. Here we have nano. Right mouse button, paste. I'm going to use Ctrl O to save. I press, yeah, this looks a bit weird here at the bottom. It's just because it's a long file name. It displays it like, here it displays the last letter, and here it shows, well, the thing in front of it. And if I press enter, it is okay. And here I press Ctrl X to exit. There. So I've created this file now, and I now need to run it. Well, that is simply Python matplotlib exercise 1. There. You saw that I typed this very quickly. I just typed the M and then a tab for autocomplete. And now it's running this script. What will we see? Well, I think we will see the version of matplotlib that we are running now. And just taking a look at this line of the module we loaded, I predict that version will be 3.9.2, and indeed it is. Last question. Even though the code shows nothing directly useful, why is this a useful exercise anyways? Well, if this does not work, matplotlib is not working. Alright, this is like the minimum use of matplotlib. So if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's very little room for typos and so on. Next exercise, we're going to create a minimal plot. Well, let's do that. So we need to use nano to create a new file, matplotlib exercise 2. We need to copy this text. I'm already copying it while this thing is loading. There. Ctrl Shift V to paste. Ctrl O to save. Now a regular enter to accept. Ctrl X to exit. And now I've created this file. I need to load it. I need to run it. Well, for that I use this line that I've done earlier. I press the arrow key up to go back in my command history. And next step will be check that the figure is created. There are many ways to do this. One way is to check if the file exists. I can show you that. And maybe there is a program even to display it. So first we do ls to see if it's present. So now you'll see all the files in this folder. It lists the files. And here we see matplotlib exercise 2. There it is. So in some HPC clusters we can now display it using eoc. Not here. Maybe we need to use the word display, which is part of ImageMagick. That does not work. Maybe we need to use module load eoc. I'm not sure if it's a module, just find out. Then I'll load the module for ImageMagick, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to give up. We have seen good enough that the figure is created. Like also another easy way is to log into Alvis from a remote desktop environment. Then you can just double click it in the file explorer and you see it. Here, yeah, you'll see we need to well, find the module. I don't know this by heart. So let's see what it's saying, if it can find eoc, which is a very simple program to display files. If that does not work, I'm going to use ImageMagick. And this takes too long. I'm going to start a new terminal and log into Alvis there. There. /bin login Alvis. There. I need to give my password there. There. So now I'm logged in to Alvis twice, and here I'm going to load the module ImageMagick with CK. The spelling here is correct. And let's see which of the two module loads is finished first. And if one of the two works, then I can display the image here. Else we're gonna give up. And you need to, for example, download the file as also a way to do it. EOC is still busy, both are still busy. So there, so more image magic is not present. Here, module image magic is not present. Sure, you can use module spider to find. I'm going to give up in this terminal. I'm going to close this whole window. Maybe EOC, it seems to be taking its time, so maybe it does exist. If not, we are done trying and we give up. There, it cannot find EOC either. This means we're done. I won't show you how this file looks like on Alvis. I know it works, but now you have to trust my word for it. Those were the exercises. I've just shown you how to use matplotlib on Alvis as part of this course using Python and HPC environment. And with that, I wish you a very good day. Bye!